common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is going on, guys? What is going on? Welcome back to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
We are back here on Monday. We usually go live Monday through Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, as well as random recorded videos throughout the weekend as well. Obviously, guys, you got to make sure to smash that like, share, and subscribe button. We will be giving away ZEN from last week's live show. And today we're going to give away some more free coins as well, because that is what we do for this awesome community. So if you want to enter, make sure you like this video, you're subscribed to the channel, and after this video is posted, leave a comment in the comment section below with your Horizon ZEN, Z-E-N wallet address. And it's as simple as that. We got a few things to talk about. The USDT controversy continues, yet the price still remains around $1. We got South Korea, even more bullish news coming out of there. We got Binance moving into Africa. I think Africa has a real opportunity to really lead Bitcoin higher as people are using it for its actual use case. And Todd also did a webinar with some individuals from Africa as well. The appetite and hunger and need for cryptocurrencies in Africa is higher now than ever. What else you got going on today, Todd?
XRP, whoa. XLM,
whoa.
Whoa. That's about all.
I'm rich, bitch!
I'm rich, bitch. So those are acting well. Charting software, they have switched to the new server. We got to fill in a little bit of data, so we're going to be able to bring up maybe a few charts. But when everything fills in, we should be looking crisp for everything we need to do. So excited about that in the next day or two.
Shout out to all the familiar names. Johnny M. Cool, Crypto Hunter, G Money, Trent is in the building. Anthony's making it back over here. Son Scorpio, K Archie, S Taj, Ramalda is back. It's been a while for you.
Got a shout out Ramelda for
and
sure.
We also got PSO Sales. Yo, first time live for me today. Well, welcome. Let's have some fun. Let's gain you some knowledge, and let's triple those bags.
The Dave Chappelle drop.
Ask Mouth is in here. Well, let's go. What do we got going on? Let's get going. It was a nice weekend. Have a lot going on, and also the winner of the Twitter poll for the next full fundamental review was Icon ICX. So I will be working on that shortly. We'll talk more about that during tomorrow's live show.
Romeldo got out the pink lips.
There you go. I'm assuming that's for you, not me.
Right, don't be stealing my girls.
The market cap is at $213 billion. The volume is steadily increasing a little bit here, and the Bitcoin dominance is falling because, like Todd has said, XRP has started to lift off. Whoa. XLM has started to lift off, and Basic Attention Token was added to Coinbase Pro and will be added to Coinbase here in the next couple days. Yes, Nick Stradamus strikes once again. Hopefully you guys loaded up the bags, maybe did a little swing trading, and if not, BAT is holding all of its gains. Right when other people were getting stopped out, we were telling you to buy and add to your position, and we are having liftoff once again. Bitcoin is above 6,400, up 0.5% today. Ethereum back above 200 at 208. XRP up to 50.5 cents. And I think if I look at a live ticker on that, we're probably pushing 51 cents right now. Bitcoin Cash up to 551, having some nice gains with the confusion around. There is going to be a Bitcoin Cash hard fork as well as a Bitcoin Cash upgrade fork. Binance came out and said they were going to support the hard fork. Then they came out and said, well, actually just the upgrade fork. You did see a little, I said sell, sell, sell. You saw a little bit of a dip. And then now apparently Binance and Coinbase are actually going to support the real fork. And the price has re-rallied off of that dip once again. Bitcoin Cash is one of those we always say to have 3 to 5% of your portfolio in it to be able to sell on these random Roger Ver pumps. So whether you sold it off the first pump, sold it off the second pump, whatever it may be, or you're still hodling, congratulations at least for capturing gains there. Although we don't really like the fundamentals behind it. If you are still holding it, I would say you might not want to wait for the snapshot. I think it is going to dump hard right before the snapshot. A lot of people don't want one poop coin, much rather 2 poop coins, so they'll probably ride the rally if there is any more rally here leading into the snapshot, which I think happens in 10 days, and then we'll be dumping it because they don't even really want that forked coin. They're just trying to add to their Bitcoin positions. Just my opinion. Do your own research. We've seen some other green across the boards and some of the coins that we've been talking about, and the biggest winners for today are XRP, Wax, Nexo, Basic Attention Token having yet another rally. Coinbase Pro did just announce a couple hours ago that they added a USDC trading pair for BAT, and that gave it another 10% gainer. Now we're still holding above 30 cents. And guys, it is going to be added to Coinbase in hopefully 1 or 2 days. Last time this happened, it was 5 days after Coinbase Pro release, so I'm looking for it to happen, tomorrow or Wednesday most likely. If Basic Attention Token can hold around these levels, once it gets added to Coinbase.com, there will be another leg higher, which I would probably recommend trying to do a little swing trade or at least taking profits off the table at that point. Horizon, the coin we're actually giving away, has been finding itself in the green a lot here lately. A lot of those mysterious wicks and pumps, and then they kind of give up the price action. This is the same price action that happened just prior to the announcement of it being added to Grayscale institutional investments. So I think somebody is behind the scenes accumulating ZEN right now, and this is one that I think if you like passive income, you should be taking a look at their node structure. So without further ado, before I get into the news, the fundamentals, and see what's going on in the chat box, we'll let Todd do a basic overview of what he is seeing for the market as a whole and a little technical analysis, and then we'll keep the show rolling.
We got a little XRP talk in here, no doubt. Bitcoin Cash had a nice little run. Software's been on that. XRP, we've been on that one down there at 46, 47. Nick's got his XRP still. He talked about selling it this morning, but he's been sitting on it.
Crypto Hunter, $2.99 super chat. I just wanted to first, I guess you meant to be the first to send a little money. Well, shout out to you, Crypto Hunter. And as of now, you are on the most recent donation, so your name will be on the screen until somebody surpasses you. But thank you very much. We appreciate that support.
I'm going to show the software if I can here at 7 o'clock. Like I said, we're having a little bit of issues trying to get data to fill in. I do have a few charts. But the only thing I'm looking, the technometer is on some of these coins. It's getting overbought. XRP is there, but you're going to expect that from a strong coin. So I don't want to pull the trigger on that one yet. Bitcoin came in around 46 on the technometer. I'd like to see a break up maybe to 65.50. Maybe would use that as an area to maybe lighten up a little bit if you're concerned about some coins or want to ka-ching something. So we'll look at that. But I think we're still higher here. So I mentioned on Twitter that XLM was maybe the next one to heat up a little bit. And Ethereum heated up a little bit. On Ethereum, I know I'm not really wanting to see an overlap down here around the 202 level or so. Would like to see this thing dig in here. So I'm hoping Ethereum will stay strong and really hoping that Bitcoin can take out that 6,500 level. So here's XRP. Again, we'll come back to the software here in a minute. And if everything works correctly in the next few hours or next few days, it looks like we'll have our server at Amazon set up, all the data there, and we should be able to rock and roll with the software and then offer it to subscribers extremely soon. So come back to me after you do a little bit of news here.
Cool. See what is going on. Some people over here talking about XRP, XLM, etc. And we'll get into that here once the software gets on going. Philip Rover says, look at Zen chart on Bittrex went wild today. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of those kind of market order pumps. And this same type of price action happened just prior to the Grayscale announcement that they were going to have a Zen OTC market for institutional investors, or it was going to be part of their fund. Now, why does that happen? Well, they have a fiduciary responsibility to buy the Zen at market, and they have to do it in an orderly manner. They can't just, FUD the market and buy it technically, if they're going to be a traditional fund. So I don't know if there's a new fund. I don't know if Grayscale is looking to add more ZEN to its already pretty substantial position, or what is going on behind the scenes. But I'm just saying this is the same type of price action that happened right before that event, and that event did lead to a multi-day and about a week rally in price action. You do know that ZEN is one that I like a lot, guys, for the fundamentals, for the research and development teams behind the project, and for the fact of the passive income with the secure node and super node structures. I think anywhere down here around $14 is a steal on ZEN. This is what the price of ZEN when we first started talking about it. We rode a rally up into the 30s, maybe did a little swing trading. I did get listed to Binance. I know we traded that live as well. And then now we're back down around this $14 to $15 range. And I think it's a great opportunity. So maybe we'll have the software take a look at that as well. But for the first bit of news, of course, you got to talk about Tether now almost every single day. Well, the Deltec chairman says the Tether letter on bank relationship is authentic. So last live show, we showed a letter. It said that Tether was with this new bank, but nobody really knew if it was real. It was just on a letterhead with a random scribble for a signature. Well, the chairman of Deltec did say it was real. The chairman of Deltec Bank and Trust says a widely scrutinized letter about stablecoin issuer Tether's account at the Bahamas-based institution is authentic. Quote, the sole fact that we are based in the Bahamas exposed us constantly to an established form of discrimination at the hand of bigger countries and other large financial institutions. Under various pretexts, though we have strict and uncompromised AML, CFT policies are fully compliant with international transparency agreements such as FACTA and CRS, and have risk management and safety financial ratios that are significantly better than most other banks. So this bank is not only saying that, yes, this letter is real, that Tether has money there, but also that they should be highly regarded as a bank, right? Well, you can't make this stuff up. At the same time that this is going on, this is in the newspaper. I don't know if you guys can read it. That's probably smaller. Bahamas bank accounts targeted for U.S. seizure. Accounts at two Bohemian banks alleged to contain bribery proceeds from a massive $1.2 billion money laundering scheme tied to top Venezuelan officials are targeted for seizure by the U.S. government. What banks do you think they're going to list here? Court documents obtained by Tribune Business reveal that U.S. federal authorities want to seize assets held in bank accounts with none other than Deltec Bank and Trust and Ansbacher Bahamas. Well, yes, Tether did just move all of its fund to Deltec Bank, and now they are under scrutiny by the U.S. government for taking a $1 billion bribe from Venezuela. Now, we've had no problem with USDT. When it went to 85 cents, we said that you should not be selling there. Write it out. It's going to come back to $1. This news so far really isn't circulating. It is still sitting around $1. If you are worried about USD Tether and you just happen to have to talk about it every single day or put in your 2 cents, well, then just go to a different stablecoin, or for the love of God, buy Bitcoin. The software has been giving you buy signals at 5,800, 5,900, 6,000, 62, 63. Get out of USD Tether and get into the market. The market and some of these altcoins and Bitcoin are treating you okay right now. We'll see what Todd thinks about Bitcoin and some of these other cryptos. And if you're that worried about it or it's that stressful for you, simply switch to USD, a different stablecoin, or get into cryptocurrencies, because that is what you are tuning in for day in and day out. What's going on over here in the chat box? What's going on with you over there, Todd?
I'm just looking at a few charts here, looking at Bitcoin.
Shout out ya barber. I just came in. What happened for the meeting today?
You're talking about that was just a time limit for public comments. So today wasn't really anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Nothing major.
Bitcoin Jetta said ETC is on Grayscale Fund. ETC is a great deal. Yes, Ethereum Classic we've been talking about for a while. That was actually the first coin I predicted would be on Coinbase. Saw a nice rally there. Also, Ethereum Classic is going to have institutional access via Coinbase, via Grayscale, and via others. Grayscale added Ethereum Classic to its portfolio back in June. I've been saying to be accumulating Ethereum Classic and to be mining Ethereum Classic for months upon months now. I still think there is a good opportunity here at these depressed levels. This weekend I had a couple beers. I noticed I needed to round my bag up to the even next 100 ETC, so I bought like another 25 ETC at $9.13. Just kind of jerking around. It was kind of a troll tweet, and so far that has worked out decent as we are still up right now. What is Ethereum Classic? $9.40 or something like that. So yes, Ethereum Classic is one we've been on the show for a very long time, dating all the way back to my coin prediction video from 6 months ago.
I don't think Matt Beasley likes XRP now. I think he, what everybody's told me, he's not messing with XRP. So we shall see.
Oh, Johnny M. Cool said I misspoke, and we actually rode ZEN to $50. So there you go. Whatever that Binance peak was, I did a snip clip my order book, so I was transparent and trying to give those trades live to you guys via Twitter, and I guess it got as high as $50 on that Binance pump.
A Crypto Hunter on the software, overnight they went to the new server at Amazon where we're caching all the data, which is what we need to have done to offer it to subscribers. So the thing is now we're missing data, so we're trying to get that filled in. You'll see on some charts when I bring them up. Some charts coming up, some are not. So we need the data to load, and then I think we're going to be able to offer. Then we just got to get the website set up to allow subscriptions, etc. So we're getting there, and then we're going to be able to move around the software quicker. We're going to be able to go out, look at 1 year charts with the OP Force Tech, etc. So I'm going to be pretty excited about that when we get there. So
got the XRP crew just came in. Lamy J, Power to Achieve, and XRP Moon D. Well, welcome in. Yes, XRP is rallying nicely. Here at Learn Crypto, we did have a buy. You guys forced me to buy at 41 cents. The software also had a buy around, what was it, 43 and
0.47, and then it told you even lower to add on, but 0.47 would have been the first point where it got you back in.
Yep, and also the software leading into that last 80-cent rally, we had a buy the day before that happened with a sell around 71 cents. So the software has been loving XRP. Lamy J has me liking XRP a little more, but that's probably due to the fact that you guys forced me to load up at 41 cents here live on the show.
And the XLM, we got that one really good with the software. That was down at 21.5 or so. 21.5 cents. We're trading 25.2 right now.
Mainframe 386 says XRP will likely displace BTC for top market cap.
Whoa.
Mainframe, don't say that right now, because my leading indicator for when I swing trade XRP is when I turn my feed on and I see at least 5 people say that XRP is about to flip in with BTC. That's my leading indicator, not the software, not technical analysis. When I see 5 or more people in my newsfeed saying XRP is going to pass up Bitcoin, I hit that sell button. So please. Please do not say that right now, because I'm not looking to sell it right now. I think we have a little bit higher objectives, and I think that we can ride this one a little bit higher. Wrong button. Sorry,
well,
fellas.
I think Carrie has sent me some of the recipes today for the recipe book. So once again, if anybody's got anything for the crypto recipe book, we need those immediately, because she's probably going to be wrapping that thing up.
And then XRP Moon D says Bitcoin will continue losing market dominance. I don't know. I think, look, in the short term, maybe, yeah, it's chipping away it's lost about 1%. But here is the thing that you guys need to keep in mind. When institutions come into play, Backed Exchange is launching December 12th. You have ErisX next year. I think the Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved in February 25th of 2019. And you have all this other institutional infrastructure, Goldman Sachs trading desk, etc. What coin are they trading first? Bitcoin. Institutions are only going to have access to Bitcoin and then a limited number of other cryptocurrencies. Money from institutions is much greater than that of retail investors. Hence, the big money is going to flow first into Bitcoin, propelling that just like every other market cycle. Then, as Bitcoin rallies, people have been in the space, people who know about smaller altcoins who have logins for other exchanges will take profits off of Bitcoin and move them into the mooning altcoins to capture profits there as well. This is how the historical trend has happened over and over again, and I do not think that is going to change under any circumstance. I know that a lot of you are bullish on what XRP is doing with their partnerships with banks, but the matter of the fact is that Bitcoin is still the index, still the king, and still where institutions are going to be able to and are going to put their money first and foremost.
And when they start FOMOing, look out. Let me show a few charts here while we're ready to go.
Let's do it.
I've got Bitcoin USD here. That chart's coming up fine for me. Technometer 46. So 50 is a, maybe lighten up, maybe decide if there's anything technically falling apart. I did show here on the OP, we've got new lows coming into this date here over the weekend. So I kind of think probably the 63.25 level is pretty important because that is where the OP tried to turn up. That is taking the technometer to more quickly overbought. But again, I don't want to jump on that yet. I just kind of want to watch it here. But I think if Bitcoin's going to move, it'd be nice for it to percolate kind of from right here. So let's see if we can do that. Let's bring up, if you notice when I brought up XRP, it's only giving me XRP USD because, again, we're missing some data. So, I know we did a new API. We're working on all that. Let's see if XRP will load here before the 7 o'clock because I'm not sure what's going to happen at 7 o'clock. Normally, software comes in perfect at that time, but not sure it will tonight. But here's XRP USD. Again, I mentioned the last buy we had was back here at that 0.472, I think it was. I can't bring that up as easily because, again, we had volume came down to new lows. It almost touched it again here. You can see that's almost a new low on the OP. So I'd say this is a big level on XRP, the 0.45 level. We are at 51.52, so we are overbought. Again, the strong coins are obviously going to get overbought quicker, but normally you want to be long strong coins. So we don't want to jump out there, I don't think, too quick as well. And I don't have XRP USDT or XRP Bitcoin, so I cannot bring those up. Maybe here in 5 minutes, but I'm not sure. So I think we need to keep this thing moving higher here because some coins are coming alive. Let's see if we can do it. So let's see if I can bring up XLM. And here all I got, XLM BTC. Let's see if that's going to load. No, I got an issue there. I think that's all you're going to get from me for, let's see what happens here in 5 minutes.
Cool. We got, unfortunately, guys, like we said, we're switching API providers for the software. Obviously, for those of you who've been here for a while, you've been seeing the software pick, great buys and sells along the way. But until we switch this API over and gather all that data again and store it on AWS, some of the charts are missing. Hopefully by tomorrow or Wednesday's show, that'll be all fixed. We got somebody over here asking, will Backed, oh, here it is, Randu Para, don't you guys think the launch of Backed will cause a dump the news for Bitcoin like the launch of futures did short term? Well, here's the thing. I don't think really that news is being built into the price right now. We've been sitting around 6,000 here for a very long time. And on top of that, I don't think a lot of people understand. I think the market is irrational on what Backed really means. We've talked about it several times here during the live show and what it means for physical deliverance of cryptocurrency futures contracts and why that is so different from debt obligation, normal future contracts, which are just debt obligated loans or settle in USD. By settling in Bitcoin, that means it is taking it from the market cap, or taking it from the market, increases scarcity for already a finite supply, and really pushes for the bull side and of price action for Bitcoin moving forward. I don't know if you're going to see the sell the news that usually occurs because I don't think the news has really been built into this price so far. I think I'm going to do a recorded video just talking about Backed Exchange, a short little video to explain it even in more in depth because I've talked about it a lot here on the live show. So I don't want to bore the people who are here all the time. But I think it is still being underappreciated by a majority of the Twitter crypto community. And I think the biggest reason for that is a lot of these Twitter guys, a lot of these YouTube guys have never and will never work in traditional markets or institutional finance and don't really understand the ins and outs of what Backed is trying to do and why it is so big that it is coming from ICE, who it runs the New York Stock Exchange and 23 other intercontinental exchanges. They are going to be able to pool and link all of this liquidity together and offer Bitcoin, physically Bitcoin settled futures contracts and looking to expand into other cryptocurrencies moving forward. That is a big buy for me. Buy! And it is one reason I've remained so bullish on this cryptocurrency ecosystem, even when we have people like Tone Vase who still think Bitcoin is going to head for $2,500. I do not see that as a possibility. For the past, what's it been now? 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, the software has been picking the lows to dollar cost average and accumulate into Bitcoin and some of our other favorite products.
And I want to make a comment. I mean, when the Bitcoin futures came out, that gave institutions and everybody that didn't like Bitcoin an easy chance to sell a short without going to an exchange, et cetera. So that helped with the downdraft. But I think now with BAT and these things coming online, it's just going to give them an easy chance to chase this thing higher. So they're going to go to the futures first and buy all they can on the way up. So I think we're going to see it all reverse now back to the upside, whether it's right now or whether it's, in the next few months or something. I'm bullish, intermediate, longer term here no matter what. Short term, I guess we got to play it out. And then someone mentioned here, I saw Lammy J says, could the situation in the RSI be overbought for an extended period of time? I mean, that's kind of what the technometer can do. That if this is getting ready to be a lift off in XRP, you don't want to sell that 51 technometer because you really want to look at price and volume. Price is acting well here, volume's acting well. So the technometer got you into the trade, but I don't think you want to use the technometer to get you out of the trade. You probably, again, it's your preference. You could trail a stop behind you. You could lighten up some on the pump, see if you can get it back. Or if you're extremely bullish, if Bitcoin acts better here, it's probably just getting started and could ignite here. So it's never easy. I think the technometer got you in a good price. It has on that. It did get you out in the last pump when it was overbought, telling you, to be careful. But then we ran another like 20 cents or something. So I was telling you and a rally on Ripple above that previous high at 54, it could run to 56, 57, 58. Might want to take some off there. So I'd like to see Bitcoin have one more run here short term, see what Ripple does, and then maybe make a decision.
We got NC Capco with a $2 super chat. Shout out to you. He wants you to do a BAT versus BTC and an ADA versus BTC chart. So you can take a look, see if the software is going to work, or trading view as I go over some more articles. And then we have XRP Moon D says TNA is useless in crypto, ... Sorry. Well, I'm not going to argue with you. I am going to let the software do all the talking, and I think you will learn to love the Wyckoff method and what we do here at the show. And I think you'll start to see that our order books that we make transparent here on the show and on Twitter would show differently. So if you just want to keep tuning in, we'll be talking about news and fundamentals, of course, but we will do a little TA, and maybe you'll flip-flop on your opinion, and maybe you won't. But all we can do is try to teach you and try to show you that we are making it work here in multiple different ways with multiple different theories here at Learn Crypto.
But I want to agree with you on that because cryptos has, instead of watching a stock with New York Stock Exchange volume or NASDAQ volume, you got cryptos where volume is all over. Our API is coming from 96 exchanges, so price and volume matter. So it doesn't matter whether it's cryptos, price of milk, pork blasters, whatever, pork bellies. I mean, so I won't agree with you. It's not going to pick every trade. But, yeah, like Nick said, we've already showed the software is going to be well worth, help us put on the trades. So we shall see as we move along because we're here live with the software over and over and over.
We got Ed Arias over here says, what about ICX? Thinking about dumping and consolidating to catch the XRP dump. Two things here why I would not do that, Ed. Number one, ICX is going to be the fundamental review coin, and you already know I kind of like ICX. And I think that the market is underappreciating some of the news that was just released over in a South Korean conference. So I don't think that's the one I would be dumping out of any of them. And we don't really recommend chasing green candles here on XRP. It's great that it rallied where it is now. It may go a little higher, but again, we were buying this at 41 cents, 43, and 47. It is never really the greatest idea to chase and buy into the rally. But maybe Todd has a different opinion on that. And then before I get to the next news article, we got Crypto Soldier over here saying, Nick, did you get your white paper edition ledger yet? Actually, that is sitting on my front porch right now. So none of you go over there and steal that or tamper with it before I get home. My white paper edition of Ledger Nano S is waiting for me there. So I'm excited to get that, dig into that, and I'm sure I'll tweet about it here in a little bit.
And XRP Moon, you're right. I mean, any FOMO utility, all that whales can change TAs. So no doubt you're right about that. The whales can change, the whales are running it on a lot of these coins. So I will agree with you. I think, just like you said, like on XRP, whatever, we got a good buy in there. It did go lower on some selling in Bitcoin, et cetera. But I think you got to hang your hat on something. And I'm going to say that Wyckoff is better than anything. And also with the volume, being able to accumulate the volume from all the exchanges is going to help you some. But no doubt, Ripple could run straight up, straight down on any type of whale action, FOMO, whatever.
Bitcoin Jedi says, I reluctantly talk about XRP. It's not a marriage, it's an investment. I think I've been pretty positive on XRP because I bought it at 41 cents. So we've been celebrating the moon that is going on right now. That doesn't change the fact that I don't like the fundamentals, but we are swing trading that here. We've already had, this will be the second or third swing trade we have going on here at the show in the past couple of weeks. So I'm more than happy to flip XRP to make some monetary and Bitcoin gains. No problem with that. So let's get going on. Well, we already been mentioning it, but BAT did explode to the upside with the news that it was added to Coinbase Pro. I went on to show several order books trading in and out of basic attention token with the pump, and then BAT did have another rally today from the news that it did have the USDC pairing. I think you're going to get one more rally to higher highs. I think that it's safe to say if it holds price action around these levels, that I think that we can get to the 5,500 to 6K sat range on BAT, where I'd probably be taking off profits as it's really approaching the all-time highs, at least for the past several months since its early inception for basic attention token. So I have no problem taking the profits there, as we've already completed some swing trades, some short-term trades, etc. And we were calling for basic attention token before the listing. So everybody here hopefully loaded your bags when the software said to buy it up. And I was saying I thought it was going to be next on on Coinbase. The double up between the TA and fundamentals led to a big winner there for the community. So we've been talking about South Korea, and obviously the KRW fiat pair for cryptocurrencies is leading trading volume over any other fiat and even USD Tether. They are accumulating over there. We know South Korea loves cryptocurrencies, very crypto friendly now, apparently, at least because the government we talked about last week did state that central banks can work with crypto exchanges to make all of the approved exchanges fiat onboarding platforms for all of their clients. They listed 4 or 5 exchanges. I don't know off the top of my head, but you can always go back and watch the live show from last Thursday. In other bullish news, South Korean court rules banks' action to end banking services to crypto exchange illegal. A court in South Korea has ruled that the decision by a commercial bank to stop offering banking services to a crypto exchange was unlawful. Unlawful. Man, I can't talk today. While non-JICUP's action has now been ruled unlawful, it was now not completely out of the blue, especially given that the South Korean commercial bank had been a target of regulators in the recent past with regards to its business relationships with cryptocurrency trading platforms. So not too long ago, a couple months ago, the government was coming after central banks and banks for working with cryptocurrency exchanges. Just last week, they said that banks can work with crypto exchanges, and now here is a bank who is trying to be lawful and get out of its partnership with an exchange, and they were told by the court that they must uphold their contract and continue to allow their clients to buy cryptocurrencies with their fiat link bank accounts. South Korea is going to be a major player in the next bull run for cryptocurrencies. Not only on the stages of getting new clients on board here, as we see banks are allowed to hook up bank accounts and allow people to spend their KRW and their fiat for cryptos, but also the mere fact that some crypto projects in South Korea are starting to take off. We are going to do a full fundamental review on ICX, but during the South Korean blockchain event, many people were bullish about a lot of the projects they were seeing, the use cases for blockchain technology, and ICX themselves released 3 new products and one of which the South Korean government is signing off on for all of its citizens to start using in the near-term future. I believe that South Korea is going to be leading the charge for blockchain and cryptocurrency adoption, and I believe that anything that South Korea is starting to load the bags on, you guys should probably start taking a look as well. Is your charting software working over there or what?
Just a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't mind going over a few stock and bond charts here real quick. If you get my week in review that we give out from wyckoffsmi.com, I'm still looking for stocks to rally here. We did have this buy signal down here on the DIA, the Dow Jones ETF. This is today. I still think we work higher here. I'm not sure exactly how. We're at 46.5 on the technometer. This was a buy signal down here at 35.50. So I think we're higher there. And if you've been on here, TLT, we called the short here Monday morning at the opening. Actually, I gave that on the because we had the Friday night sale, so we sold Monday morning. I gave that to pro traders and also gave it to free to Week in Review. So I do give a few trades on Week in Review if they're just too obvious. And I'd cover down here on the oversold, look for an ABC, rallied overbought, and got it. So that was a simple trade. We bounced a hair today. This could be a spring here. We could run back, to 116 or so. So I'm not sure exactly what to do here. The technometer is 42. If we get oversold, I will cover and look to put that out higher. And we've been on the Barrick Gold. That one's still holding up here well. You could have added on up here at 1258 on the 50% pullback, and we're back in the uptrend, and the technometer is 45. So I think gold and silver still works higher. And on the software, you can see we're still having issues. There's USD loading. XLM I don't think is loading. It's just not bringing in everything. So the software is going to be almost a no-go tonight. Price is coming up, but I'm flatlining on OP and Tech. So we're not going to get any software tonight.
Perfect. Well, it is time. Let's just do this Zen giveaway then for you guys. This is based off last Thursday's live show. That's what this giveaway is going to be for. And then on top of that, well, tonight's show will be a giveaway as well. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below with your ZEN, Z-E-N wallet address. Also, while we're talking about giveaways, we said if we got to 6,000 subscribers by Monday, that Todd would fork up and give up a course.
Yep.
But what I'm going to tell you is, once we hit 6,000 subscribers, Todd's going to give away a course anyways. This is our Wyckoff trading course over on learncrypto.io with over 950 students currently. This is the methods that we trade with. He's going to give away a course, and I kind of hope that Moon D wins it, and maybe then he'll be a believer of technical analysis. So nonetheless, we are only 150 subscribers away from that 6,000 mark where a course will be given away. So make sure to share some videos. Go to our homepage. Go through here. We got interviews. We got reviews. We got everything you want over here. Share these. Share the live shows. Share our tweets. And once we hit 6,000 subscribers, that giveaway will be yours.
The course is at $299, and I will say that a PCG client, somebody that's in here a lot, he's not in here tonight, but he said the biggest mistake that I've made is the course should be way more overpriced than what it is. He's like, that's where you're missing out on the money. And I said, well, we're trying to make it available to everybody, like we said from day one, and try to grow the community. So for now, we're keeping the price there. I might raise the price once this software gets out and starts giving out more buys and sells. I mean, it's proving its worth. People are waking up to that. So I will say the price is going to get raised here a little bit more once I just show the software and have it ready for subscribers.
Awesome. Well, we got 69 unique commenters with the chance to win one full Zen. If you did not participate in this one, well, you better participate during tonight's live show, because we'll draw that tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So let's go ahead and see who the winner is. The winner is the Munter. November is going to be a fun month. Well, shout out to you, the Munter. You have just won yourself one full Zen. I'll send it over to you tonight or tomorrow. Congratulations. Give him some congratulations in the chat box. And if you're watching, well, I think I just made your show right there. And it's as easy as that, guys. So make sure to enter tonight's by commenting on this video, guys. It helps the algorithm. It helps us continue to grow and continue to get more live viewers. And then just throw your Zen address in there, and we'll give back to you guys for being an active community member.
Let me talk about something here real quick, because I see OMG going across the screen, because there's going to be a lot of charts that kind of look like this. So I think that's kind of the bull and the bears arguing, because OMG is acting a little bit better here. We talked about that, I believe, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, when it had the day here where it was kind of outperforming. So it's kind of trying to continue that. But I think, this is what's going to be the line in the sand, whether this downtrend line can hold this thing and we start working lower again, or whether we break through it and really rally hard to the upside. Because it wouldn't take much to get it up here above 356, and then we got up here at 382. So again, a little more strength here. It starts to turn this chart and a lot of other charts decidedly more bullish.
I think if you have been holding Omis Go through this bear market, I think that Omis Go will have a bright future. It has a lot of partnerships and integrations going on behind the scenes, And I just think if you wrote it all the way down, that this is still a solid project, solid team, solid use case, and I do not think you should be dumping it at this point. So for me, bye.
Oh my God, Jim Cramer's going to be suing us. I don't care if Chappelle sues us. I like Chappelle. But there's like the same thing on EOS. I mean, I think that's what we're looking at on a lot of these coins, whether we can take out these rallies here, the downtrend lines on these triangles. And because all this looks extremely bearish. Same thing on Bitcoin, everything. A lot of Elliott Wave people, a lot of just everybody seems to be bearish. Trolls are out there. I think everybody's still short. So I think we just got to watch these things.
And with all the people that were looking for Bitcoin 4,000, Bitcoin 2,500, I'm not saying, look, I don't think it's going there. Could we see a little dip here, a little last shakeout in Bitcoin? Sure. But you have to understand that all these people still follow the crypto markets. All these people still want to own Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So at some point, all of that USD Tether, all of that stablecoin, all that cash that these guys are waiting for this massive pullback that is yet to happen, if this thing starts turning around, they are going to have to FOMO buy into some of their favorite altcoins and Bitcoin and chase the rally. That cash is going to inflow into the market at some point. Otherwise, they wouldn't be spending their time on crypto Twitter, on YouTube, on whatever it is, if they weren't interested in the future of cryptocurrencies. And I just think that's just too big of a gamble. If you're spending all this time learning about cryptos, learning about trading, and you're just sitting on cash, not capitalizing on pump opportunities from Coinbase listings or getting involved at some of the bottoms that the software has been picking and really accumulating Bitcoin while you can here around the 6K mark, I just think that's a move that I'm not going to be willing to be doing. And like I said, that money's going to have to flow back in at some point here soon.
We got to talk about this chart because I brought it up about a week ago, around the 30th, I think, down here, because at these lows, I know I brought it up because we had made new lows for the move, which was showing longs had given up down here, and shorts were still really high. Now you can see here, shorts have really gave up here when we didn't break this 62.50 level. Shorts started liquidating. They've continued to liquidate, and longs haven't really came into the picture. Now, if we're starting a bull move, longs are going to come in, and shorts are going to get wrecked still. But I am a little concerned. You can see at this level right now, we're at the same level back here where we topped out at 6,800, which everyone will remember. And then also we were back here, we touched this level at 7,000 on the way to 7,400. So it did have another 400 in it. So I'm a little concerned with this. And my technometer, probably the next day or day and a half is going to get overbought. So, this could be off the low here on Bitcoin. Try to bring it up a little bit. I mean, you could say that we've had a B, C, D, E. So we get a run up here to 65.50 or so overnight tomorrow. And then, and that would be a short-term sell. And the bulls would be hoping for an ABC pullback that holds back here at 64, 63.50. And then I think we'd be ready for ignition to the upside. So short term, you might want to get cute, sell a 65.60 or something, 65.50. Maybe sell a little bit of Ripple, whatever. And then if you're bullish, hope for that ABC pullback. If you're bearish, then you're going to hope that we get wrecked after this new high here. So something to keep in mind. It's going to matter your time frame. I think if you're intermediate to long-term bullish, I still don't think you want to get too cute. If you're out here trading shorter-term charts, then I think the software will help you out a little bit here. Wonderful bricks. I cannot do Bitcoin Gold. I can do it at TradingView. I'm not going to go over many charts on TradingView because I want my software. So I'm obviously getting comfortable with it. And I'm just going to need a day or two to get this data filled in. I think the developers are telling me that's what they think is all we need now to fill in the data. So
perfect. I got a couple more news articles, and maybe you can look at a Litecoin chart there on TradingView and see what your thoughts are on that. Ryan Hughes is over here, says, which coin gets on Coinbase next? So we called the Ethereum Classic, we called ZRX, we called USDC, we called BAT. What's next, Nick? Everybody wants to know, what do I think is next? Really, as of now, there's no really hints. All the other ones were giving me hints and keys in order so us to stack up the bags and make some nice trades on it. I believe it's obviously going to be ADA, XLM, or ZEC, but as of now, I really don't have a hint at which one of those it will be. ADA did just complete an upgrade. ZEC just had an upgrade to Sapling, which is good. Last time ZRX did an upgrade is when it finally got listed. Coinbase obviously doesn't want to list something if they're about to do an upgrade. So the fact that two of those got upgraded is nice. But at the same time, XLM isn't looking for an upgrade. XLM falls into the category they want to get for cryptocurrency over there. They want to have an international settlement solution, whether it would be XRP or XLM. For whatever reason, I thought that XRP never was on the short list because they had some kind of conflict of interest. Maybe Brian Armstrong or Coinbase invested in Ripple Labs, therefore creating a conflict of interest. Now, we do know that the government just ruled that Coinbase can be a custodian for all of its listed assets, and for some reason they included XRP. So that led to a lot of speculation that maybe XRP would be listed on Coinbase next, but as of now, I'm just not seeing that information, so I'm still going to have to go with one of the cryptocurrencies on their current shortlist. If I have to choose out of ADA, XLM, or ZEC right today, I would probably say XLM. But I think this is something that we all need to slow our roll down a little bit, because I do not think that this next asset is going to be listed for at least a couple more weeks. And maybe before then, we'll key in on some more hints and some more slip-ups by Coinbase, just like we did with BAT, and be able to capitalize by accumulating a bag, getting a pump from Coinbase Pro, and the following Coinbase.com pump. Although historical trends can change, but I think for the time being, getting into those projects in this current current market sentiment will cause at least a 10, 20, 30% winner for your portfolio. So this is a little bit of old news that happened over the weekend. But I want to make sure to talk about it. I talked about it on Twitter, but I haven't had a chance to talk about it on here. Binance signs up 40,000 crypto traders in its first week in Uganda, which we all know is a little bit poorer country in Africa, but has a pretty large population. We talked about at the very beginning of the show, that we think that Africa may be primed to lead Bitcoin higher, or at least be part of that bull movement, the bull run for the movement for the actual utilization of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Not for speculation, not for trading like some of us do, but for the actual tech and out of necessity. Africa is severely underbanked is what I should say. Like 1 in 4 people have a bank. Number 2, when they're doing cross-border transactions from Uganda to Nigeria to whatever, these citizens are not only poor, but now they're paying huge fees in order to convert their money and transfer it across the border. Cryptocurrency, we know, solves these problems. And that's why I think so many individuals are signing up so quickly over at Binance. On top of that, we had our own little interest with Africa as well. Todd woke up this weekend and had to do a webinar. What part of Africa was it? Do you remember? Some small city.
Lagos, or
where like 25 or 30 Africans actually partaked in a free trading webinar. A guy from Africa reached out to Todd, said he was putting on a free webinar. Of course, Todd offered his services free of charge.
He had taken our course. He just wanted everyone to get the benefit of our course.
Yep. Free of charge. And there was a bunch of people wanting to learn about cryptos, what they are, and also how to trade them, how to use them, etc. So I think Africa is starting to key in on the necessity of cryptocurrencies, the ability of cryptocurrency to solve a lot of their problems, and to allow them to go from border to border without having to transfer all their fiat from one currency to another and accrue massive fees. Despite global market doldrums, demand for cryptocurrency appears to be booming across Uganda, a country where nearly 3 out of 4 people don't have bank accounts. The early results suggest a strong appetite among unbanked Ugandans for purchasing Bitcoin or Ether, the 2 coins that the new Binance unit currently lists. I think I had a quote down here I wanted to read as well, but maybe my highlights went away. Essentially, I already kind of summed it up for you guys. The fact of the matter is, it costs a lot of money for these people to go from country to country. It incurs a lot of fees, and a lot of people don't have bank accounts due to these fees because they just don't have that much money. But a lot of these individuals do have cell phones. And what are popping up on cell phones now? Those are secure and usable with GUI, general user interface, friendly mobile wallets. These mobile wallets will be the access point for peer-to-peer transactions and peer-to-commerce transactions for these Africans, starting with Bitcoin, then Ethereum, and moving on into the other cryptocurrencies as well, or as seen fit by which cryptocurrencies really get over to Africa and leave their mark in their ecosystem. So we'll see. I think this is really big. This makes me happy. I know we're all here for the gains. I know we're here for the tech at the same time. But the fact of the matter was Bitcoin was created for a reason. And we're starting to see this use case be used across the globe in these poorer economies or where the monetary system is failing. Venezuela is using Dash, Digibyte, Bitcoin, etc. We're starting to see it in Turkey, in Iran, in Brazil, and now spreading across Africa. It is just good to see the actual purpose, and I think this gives a legitimacy to the fact that Bitcoin was needed and a new monetary system is really needed. And then you couple this with the institutional money, and I really think that we're going to crush through all-time highs, and that mass adoption for cryptocurrencies is right around the horizon. You got anything to add over there, Todd? Man, this is tough when I got to talk the whole time because your software's not working.
No, I've got...
It's a Monday. I'm tired. Ugh,
Litecoin chart up. We can look at Litecoin real quick. I think on Litecoin, again, charts have had a lot of triangles looking like lower, but we did perk it up there from 50.5 to 56. So I guess I just think, if we come down and break these lows here at 52.50, we'd come back down and check this 51.50, but I really need that level, I think, to hold for the short-term bull case. That was kind of this support area here that we rocketed through. I'd hate to see that be given up short-term. So, and I don't have a technometer reading with the software for Litecoin. Hopefully my developers will get that working and we'll be ready to go tomorrow night.
Perfect.
And AGI, same thing. Ramazan, we not going to be able to get that for you yet.
Cool. The last little tidbit of news, then we'll just go in the chat box, hang out for a second, see if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, and just have some fun with you. It's this. Rapids is doing a bounty to celebrate their 1,000 followers on Twitter today. Simply, if you go to @Rapids tag here, they have a link to go to a bounty. If you go to the bounty, the way to enter, there's going to be 20 winners of 500,000 RPD coins. Pretty good chunk of change. All you got to do is get over here, you log in, and you follow their Telegram, their Discord, and their Twitter, and that's it. You're entered to win. They're doing this 10 million RPD giveaway to celebrate 1,000 followers on Twitter, so make sure to check that out. And look, guys, I can't really say much. You guys know I'm a part of the advisor there. I can't give you guys inside information because you're part of the Learn Crypto community. But all I can say is you're going to notice some familiar faces joining the team in the short-term future. You're going to notice more integrations, more exchanges, and the token swap happening in the first quarter of 2019, which will lead to staking capabilities for the community, as well as utilization over to crossover in several social media platforms, payment centers, etc. And RPD is already added to Swift, SWFT.pro, who came to a mutual agreement with the actual Swift, which is the main competitor of Ripple as well. So RPD is already over there functioning with atomic swap-like features where you can swap 65 cryptocurrencies for RPD or vice versa, as well as Crex24 Exchange and ByteBTC. I told you about Rapids when I first got involved, and Rapids was trading at 0.1 Satoshis. 0.1 of a Satoshi. Currently, Rapids is trading between 1 and 2 sats. That is a 10 or 20 banger, and this thing has not even got started. So you guys can do your own research. I'm not here to shill anything. I'm saying enter the bounty, have a chance to win some free RPD, and then head over to rapidsnetworks.io. The link for that is obviously within the bounty. Get over the Telegram, see what's going on, do your own research. And I think there's probably a pretty solid opportunity to get involved at the start of a brand new project, as well as a project that is about to have some staking and possibly master nodes added to the network. And you know how we love passive income here at Learn Crypto.
I got a couple things to go over here. Here is AGI USD. Can't say much, again, without the software. I mean, we've been in a downtrend, but that is a double off the bottom after getting annihilated. So not much to say on volume either. So we'll go to TRX USD. I do know the software gave a buy the exact low here on TRX. And I've been saying that this one looks good on the software because the software's been hitting new lows throughout this whole time while price is hitting higher highs. So once again, we kind of got this triangle here. So these are going to get interesting. Whether we can work a little higher, ABC pullback, and then rock and roll, whatever. So, been recommending to try to stay long in TRX. And our take on Wax, I mean, I know that was one that Matt looked into before. I mean, I think Wax has got a good platform, and I think that's probably a decent one. And we're trying to do more in the esports gaming area, so I'd be a supporter of that.
Soul Controller 360 says, is the software available? The reason that we have not really been using the software during this show is we switched API providers, and it's reaggregating the data, so it's kind of made the show, threw off at least the TA perspective of the show today. And the reason we switched the API is because we are looking to launch it to subscribers and make it available in the very near-term future. And that will be half price for anybody who is a student over at learncrypto.io. So it kind of makes sense to learn the Wyckoff method, learn how to utilize the proprietary indicators, and then get half off for life of the software. So maybe you should take a look into that, and hopefully we have that soon for you. And hopefully we can start using it here during the show like we've been doing the past couple weeks, and it's been killing it for us in the community here in a day or two once all that data reaggregates.
And we got a new website launching shortly that's everyone's going to extremely like. It's on one of my 8 monitors all day long. It's going to be a good free version, and the upgraded version is going to be very cheap, but very helpful and very organized. So that is coming.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. And I don't know if the guy wants one of the part of the developer team wants to be named or not, but we've been doing a good job over there bouncing ideas around. He's been implementing those, and this was done for free by the community. Literally, some of the community members are helping build it, and for the community. You know, it's going to be a free website, like Todd said, and then if you want to do some more modules and do some more modifications, then we are going to have a pro version as well. And really, it's a tool to leave up while you are trading all day. That way, you're not missing anything. I don't want to give anything away, but that way you're not missing anything here in this crazy crypto ecosystem, and really try to capitalize on trade opportunities.
Martin B., the course I would say is, I mean, it'd be nice if you had a little bit of knowledge of trading, but you'll be able to get yourself through it if you're a beginner. But it'll take you, the more you want to learn, I've got more available. But the course will take you where you need to be. And yep. Bitcoin Jedi, I don't know. Matt's going to the Big Beasley show. I think he said he's going to a different format and more ratchet. I think he's doing what he finally has always wanted to do. So moving a little bit out of the cryptos. So that's all I know.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Bitcoin Jedi says, yes, XLM will pump because Jeb McCaleb hates XRP pumps. We all know Jeb McCaleb was the co-founder of XRP, started up XLM. Now, the only problem I have with when XRP starts to get more volume, Jeb McCaleb still is actively trying to sell 7 billion XRP on the open market. He's doing that out of spite and doing that because he can. They do have a contractual agreement where he only can sell, I think it's 3% of the total daily volume of XRP. So the more volume that goes on the XRP network, the more that he is able to sell on a per day basis, at least until all of that is gone. So we'll see what happens here.
I was going to, on Bitcoin Cash, it looks like it's doing a high-level pork blaster on the 15-minute chart.
Oh, man.
That's one. The software had you in that. I'm just going to say, I think we had a buy at 440 when some volume was coming in over here. I think that was the first buy signal we had. And it would have confirmed this break here was a little deep, but it's had you long. And then here we are with a, looks like a continuation pattern. That would be an Elliott wave triangle, or as we call it, a pork blaster.
I've got balls of steel.
And we've got, I was going to try to bring up, yeah, see, there we are. I mean, the price of software just got to get data. We got to leave that thing alone for a couple days.
Bitcoin Jedi said, Jed, Mt. Gox, McCaleb, he actually sold the exchange prior to any of the Mt. Gox shady situation. So I can't agree with you on that one. All right. XRP Moon says Bitcoin Ben is pumped about Litecoin. Not sure why. He's been talking about Litecoin for months and months and months. I don't know when you found Bitcoin Ben, but really Litecoin has always been kind of his baby and his go-to crypto, besides Bitcoin, of course. And he's been talking about that for a very long time. He was also at World CryptoCon this past weekend hanging out with Charlie Lee and others, so I'm sure that's why he's talking about Litecoin even more, because Charlie Lee, John Kim from Litecoin, and a couple developers were at the same conference as him, and everybody was hanging out, chit-chatting about various projects, etc.
I did see something just came across. Institutional investors are piling into the bear market from Grayscale. I mean, that we talked about that before, and that came out over the weekend. But
we've been saying it for a while.
They're talking about mega trends coming. I mean, you know, with Web 3.0, Wall Street 2.0. So I don't know. To me, you know, as everybody knows, has been here. I've turned a lot of my business to cryptos. Nick and I are going hard. Nick's trying to get out of his traditional business and get into cryptos more. So we're a believer long term, and these mega trends could be starting right here as we're talking. So we shall see.
Yeah, we've been saying for a while now that the institutional money is coming, guys. In my day job, I work for an institutional financial advisor as a performance analyst for alternative asset classes. What alternative asset classes are starting to dabble into cryptos and approach us to approach our clients? Hedge funds are trying to get into cryptocurrencies and see if we are interested in selling those or adding those to the portfolio of our clients. That is happening, guys. So it is coming. Also, we read an article yesterday that 5 wallet addresses that have accumulated 133,000 Bitcoin worth, what is that, 84 million or $850 million over the past 4 weeks. While the OP on the software is continuing to decrease, indicating that selling volume is increasing, but price is remaining stable. That tells us that the composite maker or the institutional the institutions are accumulating Bitcoin while the retail investor continues to get shaken out, hoping for that one final break to load their bags a little fatter. I don't know if that break's going to happen, especially leading into the backed launch on December 12th, which I think is really going to be the next catalyst for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market as a whole.
Let's go back to one more chart. I'm going back to the dollar because everybody knows I've been trying to pick a high in here with no real success yet. I had to sell up here. Another sell stops here at these highs at 25.55. So really kind of a break even, small loss. I still think there's different counts you could put on this. We got the OP going to new highs. Price has diverged in the last 3 days, which might be the start of something. We are overbought. But I still think this chart somewhere here soon is topping out, and that is going to add fuel to the fire on the cryptos. I know I did see a chart on Twitter that I think Hedge put out, I'm not sure where he got it, but it kind of showed the dollar versus crypto. And if the dollar tanks, then cryptos will have the wind behind them. And I still think that's coming. So I think that's still good news for what we're doing here. And that's all I got. I'm tired.
Yeah, I mean, for a show where we didn't have the software for you to do technical analysis, it was after the weekend, so we do have some news, but, you know, this is always the warm-up day for the week as far as our shows. You know, we went over the hour. We're at an hour 35 or what, hour and 5 minutes right now or something?
A Kilo Kid says when big financial institution money comes in, they'll be able to manipulate. I think they will. I'm not sure it's going to be manipulation more than just they're going to be trying to buy when there's not a lot offered. So I think a lot of the Bitcoins have been taken off the market. There's not going to be a lot offered when we head back up. And there's going to be FOMO for the institutions. There's going to be FOMO for stock traders that haven't cared about cryptos, which is the majority of everybody I know. But they're going to chase this shit too on the way back up. More than the chase we probably just had.
Currently, the 5% of Canadians own it. What is it? Maybe 10% of United States citizens own it. I mean, we're looking at small percentages, and on top of that, that just means they have a little bit, a couple $100. Retail investors are not even in this marketplace. Much rather, institutional guys are buying OTC or just soaking up the liquidity now as you guys keep selling it to them at $6,000 while we're preaching to be buying. So we'll see what happens moving forward. As a finite supply, I think the supply and demand curve for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is going to cause them to rip and roar and make that 20,000 a mere blip on the screen. But we'll see what happens with that. Of course, you know, we can say that. We've been talking about it. We've been giving you buys, but we can't make you pull the trigger, stack the bags, and continue to mine and stake those coins as well. The bull run is coming. Cryptos are not dead by any stretch of the imagination. They really haven't even gotten started. We're just starting to see better general user interfaces, integrations, governments seeing how they can use blockchain, partnerships with traditional companies and crypto companies. Things are starting to ramp up right before your eyes. The fundamentals are all there. The TA is soon to follow, and the price action is going to be following as well.
Some of that 133,000 Bitcoin they're saying 50,000 was Binance, et cetera. So let's say maybe 80,000 of it I still think was OTC buying, et cetera. And I think it's Bitcoin being taken somewhat off the market for the next bull run. It's not people that's going to sell the first $200 rally.
Wonderful Brick says, I bought 133K Bitcoin. So what? If you were the one who bought the 133K Bitcoin, throw us a couple super chats or something. I mean, if you're just tossing around millions and millions of dollars like that for fantasy internet money.
We got ADA up 2.6%. I mean, like I say, some of these coins are acting a little bit better. So, and then somebody just said Ripple could start the bull run here. So Ripple could do that. I mean, my God, when it ran off that 20 cents last year, we were igniting. So who knows here?
Yeah, there we go. We got a sell at that first technometer, a buy literally at the low almost, a sell during that massive pump, and then rebuying that spring. That is classic Wyckoff there. And, of course, we bought that 41-cent dip live on the show, as well as that 45 print leading into today's rally on XRP. So
yeah, because we had this buy here, which was a 46, 47 area. I might have moved just a hair on me. And then, but when it broke these lows, that was buying a spring. So really, we had buys anywhere from 45 to 42, 43. Then when you came down and made this low and then tested it with an ABC, I mean, that's classic LA wave, just some type of rally off the low with an ABC pullback on lower volume. So that was an easy buy down here at 42, 43 as well, 41. And now we're just trying the upside. Now, again, here you got to decide whether you're going to trail a stop. I mean, you got big volume coming down here on the green bars. So that's what makes, you know, a better trader, whether you can figure out how to trade this thing now.
There we go. Well, that's about all we got today, guys. Hopefully tomorrow all of our data will be aggregated for the software, so Todd can be using that, and we can get a little more interactive with you guys as far as the TA is concerned. Hopefully I'll have some more news for you pertaining to when I will be able to do that fundamental review on ICX Icon and where you guys can, to make sure you guys don't miss out on that. So until tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. live here in the studio, make sure to stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section below for your chance to win one full Zen, currently worth $15 just for being an active community member. We like to give back to you guys. Thank you guys all so much. Once we get to 6,000 subscribers, we will be giving away a free Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading course. So make sure to share away, tell your friends and family, get on here and subscribe, and spread the word of Learn Crypto so we can all triple our bags together. Got anything, Todd?
Good night.
All aboard!
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you gotta be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.